All right, welcome back.
Wow, that was like a I don't even know what to equate that to, but like those frat guys who you weren't friends with, but I knew of because they lived upstairs above me, that just spend their whole time going like, yeah, yeah, yeah. How you
That is I'm okay. I'm going to choose to not be offended by that because that is genuinely my brain when I'm trying to hype myself up. I do turn
Are you
into a
kidding
frat
me?
boy.
Have I never told you? Okay, so you know the movie Step Up.
I've never seen it.
What?
I know.
Olivia?
Should we
Okay.
also have a film club in addition to the playlist?
Oh my god. Okay, no, we're gonna do movie night. I
That's
feel like
it.
this
That's what
this
we'll do.
this relates to this, but oh my gosh, yes, can we do a movie night? I would be so down.
Absolutely. Let's go. I bought a
That's
bunch of vegan snacks.
okay. Anyways, we're gonna plan this off the thing, but this relates in the sense that we are gonna talk about something movie related tonight. But real quick before we get into that, just so we can start by laughing at who I am as a person, which is good for the soul. Um, so the movie Step Up has this one song that's like it starts with like I'm gonna get it and you gonna get it and we gonna get it and we gonna feel
That's such a good that's
yeah.
classic. I don't
It's
know what it's
called
called. Everybody
it's
knows that
called
song.
I'ma Shine. And ever since I was like a freshman in college, I've been listening to that before every like serious moment in my life. Every exam I've taken, every job interview I've ever.
I love that for you.
And so when you said that, all I could picture was me being like, "I'm sure I'm gonna make it." It's a very inspirational song when you come to think about it. Anyways, so we're gonna watch
Let's
Step
add
Up.
that to the playlist. I'll make a note.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. When you listen to this, the playlist is live, so you're welcome. For my brilliant ideas, brought to you by XOXO Us. But today we're not here to talk about. Well, we probably will cover more embarrassing stories from my youth. Let's be real. However, what we're really here to talk about is hobbies. And before you get all like, ah, how boring. They go from like cool things to hobbies. Yeah, but I bet you thought you were going to be bored in other episodes and then you weren't. So here we are. You know what I mean? Like, don't underestimate it. There's a reason we picked this topic.
And there's a reason y'all keep coming back.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's just one person out there just clicking replay, replay. Although that was very committed, So if it was, like, we would just have like a really down for it listener. What do we mean by hobbies? Let's start with the time of the youth, right? I feel like when you're little, you're encouraged to explore, right? Like
Mhm.
most kids do a lot of sports and then arts and then drama and then like da 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 da. And you're much more comfortable like sucking at something. But then if like you hit, I don't know, for me, I honestly felt like it was like high school. Like if you weren't into a thing by the time you're in high school, that's it, too late.
Yeah. And then you're just like
Done.
floating around aimless because there is this connection. I'm gonna get into it right
All
now.
right.
There
Get
is
into it.
a connection the older you get between hobbies and profession. What was maybe here we go. 3 minutes in, you thought you were gonna be bored. You're not. Hobby Olivia's got a hot take already. Hobbies, when you're little, depending on how good you are at them, how successful you are, especially if it's something like a sport or playing an instrument, can
Okay.
very easily turn into
Your job,
your
basically.
job. Exactly. So,
Mm.
it goes from something that is fun because that's what I'm really wanting to get at with this topic tonight is what is the difference between a hobby, an activity, a job, can we define a hobby?
Well, and I think even more so than can we define it, like, I feel like the word hobby is so stigmatized in some ways that it's
Mm.
seen as a very surface level thing, like, "Oh, like, what are your hobbies?" And people are like, "Oh, I don't know." And it's almost like when you were saying, like, "Can we stop calling it working out?" Right? When we did that episode,
Mhm.
I almost wish there was a different way to just describe things that you're trying, because people expect you to be really, really into it. You know what I think about? I think about okay, so it's getting real when I'm like straightening
He's
up.
wearing
I'm
the
like,
shirt that says "Be so for real."
I think about those people that you're like, "Oh, I like this band," and they're like really name their top 5 albums like in order. And it's
Oh.
like you're expected to feel that way. Like if you say, "Oh, I like insert this," then it's like, "Oh, like how long have you been doing it? How good are" it's like it's expected to be like 100% and you can't just be like, "Oh, I kind of like it," or, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to like it." You know what I mean? Like it's
You're
so
not
that
allowed
makes
to
it so
experiment
hard to
anymore.
try. It makes it
Yes.
so hard to try something new because you're like, "Oh my god," like it feels like everything is a huge commitment. And if you don't like it, then it feels like you're that kid where your parents are like, "Oh my god, this is your 4th whatever this year, like, pick a whatever already." You know what I mean? Like, there's this insane pressure, and then I think when you add the social aspect to it, as adults, you either meet your friends at work, maybe if you live in, like, a downtown area or in, like, a very, uh, age or kinda, like, centered, like, apartment complex vibe, so, like, where you live, or you meet them through, quote, "your interests." Right? And I think that
Interests.
people are
Mhm.
so I don't know, it's just it's hard to break out. It's hard to be the newcomer in those spaces when people are all joined together by like this deep passion. And it does feel like if you don't feel like insane about it and insane in like oh my God, I love this. I'm obsessed with it. This is my thing. Then like you don't take it seriously enough. And it almost feels like other people are like, I don't know if people are scared to be made fun of, or it also just feels like as human beings, we have such limited time and energy. We can only care that deeply about very few things. So, like that probably also stops us from exploring because then it's like we have like these like 3 things I feel like tops that we're like really
Yeah.
into.
I was
It's
gonna
almost like
say it feels like you can only have one because it's gotta be
Ye
like your hyperfixation. It's not like
mm,
there's you had said that hobbies kind of has this negative connotation to it now where it's not as serious. You have to like, the cool thing now is to have a hyperfixation and make your
mm,
entire personality about that one thing, like
yes.
pickleball, Vampire Diaries, like, it's usually a piece of media or a sport.
Mm,
Mhm.
but but sometimes it's like the arts and crafty stuff.
So
And
yeah, sometimes it's
I don't mean that
crochet.
in a minimizing kind of way. I mean that truly in like a it feels hard to just be a newcomer or like do something casually, like I feel like I'm a pretty casual person when it comes to things because I like to try a variety of different things and not in a like, oh, I can't stick with it, but in a just like, I don't know, I'm interested in it and then I like put it down and then I like pick something else up, Like and I don't think that
Mhm.
that's a negative, but I do think that we've been conditioned to think that it's a negative and then it makes it hard to be in those spaces because, like you said, sometimes it feels like in those spaces, in those quote, like hyper fixated spaces, it becomes obviously because that's the reason for the gathering or what's bringing everyone together. So it becomes like like almost like the category of friend. Oh, like oh, that's my yoga friend. I've had that before
Yeah.
where it's like,
Yeah, or
and it's
trivia. My
right. It's
trivia friend.
hard to talk about anything that isn't the thing that connects you, which yes, makes sense, but it's really hard to transition let's say a friend from one of those spaces, one of those interest-based spaces into like your life as a greater whole without feeling awkward, And then we could get into the whole dynamics of just like having disparate friend groups or disparate being a person that like we were talking about a couple episodes ago can relate to a lot of these different people. As an adult, sometimes that's really hard because when you're just kind of like the newcomer, you're not like, oh my God, like super sunk into one thing or two things at a time, then it's hard to build connection when you bring something up and someone like expects you to have this high level of interest, high level of knowledge. Uh, I think about something like, okay, a great example. I like to walk. I like to go on walks. You know, you tell me let's go hit the downtown area. We'll walk around. We'll go to a reservoir. I like love a flat trip. Okay, I hate a hike. Do you know what I say? Like I have to be convinced. The view has to be beautiful. It has to
If
be
I'm
like
gonna go
elevation.
uphill.
Like,
Mhm.
that's so much work ever. And it's just like the equipment that's involved. Like, I don't have the right shoes for hiking. I don't have the right, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And also, like, when you go hiking with someone who's really into hiking, it's like, holy shit, you realize how little you know about hiking. It's
Let
camping
me
also.
tell you about
Ugh.
hiking. Oh my god, on this thread, and this could relate to dating too, because everybody's freaking dating profile is I love hiking. Meh, meh, meh. Do you? Do you love hiking or do you love a nature walk?
This
That's
is what I'm saying.
that's
This,
my point number 1.
this is what I'm saying. What
Yeah.
if we just all admitted we like to walk?
What if
Like,
we all admitted we need some vitamin D?
I love to walk. I just want to be on a flat paved road. Like, is that so horrible? But see, if I say that to people who are like intense, they're telling me the grade that they have. And here's my thing: I'm not knocking anyone's passion. If you want to
Mhm.
get that deep into it, I love that for you, and I'm totally down to learn about those things if you want to teach it to me. But I don't necessarily like want to join you in that depth of appreciation, and I don't necessarily want to like. You know what I did also? Not to get totally lost in a tangent, but here's where I'm going with this. We are so averse to showing true excitement, like that, like lights you up. Let me talk about it. That we are like, oh, I can only share that in the safety of a group that quote truly gets it, and not with just a random person for someone to be like, what are you interested in? And then you're like, okay, so I hiked this mountain and da 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 da, and like tell them the whole thing and be stoked without feeling awkward and like guilty about being excited. Like, oh my god, that just like across the board. Why are we so scared to be excited and excitable and like have a like things that make us happy or joyful or interested or just curious? Oh my god, you know? Like it's like when I say like, oh, I love like watching TV and movies, and people are like, oh, like what's your favorite TV or movies? And it's like expected it's gonna be some deep shit, or I'm gonna talk about like the cinematography of something, and I'm like, here's the thing. I mean, I guess I could, but like
You can also just
sometimes
like something.
exactly. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
I don't have to be in we expect academia level discussion about every interest we have.
I have so many thoughts on that. First one, hello demons. Hello demons in the background. Meow meow.
I was like, first one is Hello Demons. I'm like, are you really into demons? I was like, here's the thing. Here's the thing about being my friend though, is normal people would be like, me. I'm like, tell me more. Like, in what context are we
I
into
mean, I'm not gonna
like
lie, before we jumped into this call, I was watching A Discovery of Witches on Netflix, which
okay.
features witches,
Okay,
demons,
first of all,
vampires.
have you read the series?
I read the first one, and then the second one I started, and it got too sexual for me. I was like, "I give me the plot.
Olivia,
I'm
please.
sorry."
I know it's hard as a lesbian to read straight sex for you, okay? But okay, no, the reason I bring it up is because Discovery of Witches is the closest book to adaptation I have ever read in my whole damn life. And you
Really?
have to continue with the books because when I tell you that the books go further, like the show leaves you here and the books go way further. And like
There's 3
you wouldn't,
seasons of the show. Is it not one book, 1 season?
yes, but there are many more books.
There are more than the 3?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, girl, I don't have time.
Yes, you do. You do for a Discovery Witches. I promise you do. It's so freaking good.
Oh my god.
Listen, when I tell you that, okay, not to devolve the podcast, but this is what my thing is like, why are we so
We're
scared to be
talking about
excited?
hobbies. Okay, no,
We're
that
talking
was
about hobby.
here we go. We're back on the thread. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay,
Can we
you were
talk
telling me
about
about why you think demons are hot. Because listen, there's some hot demons in Discovery.
for the record, not what I was going to say.
Mm.
What I was going to say was, can we talk about the devolution, the um what's the word I'm looking for? The regression, the negative cultural shift from
Okay.
excitement being like, "Oh, cool, like let's nerd out about stuff," to if you're too excited it becomes cringe and
Yeah. Oh my
embarrassing.
god. I
Let's go off.
Okay, here's my thing. This might be very millennial of me, but I am so cringe, and I tell my nieces all the time. Oh my god, one time, on that note, um, Nick, if you're listening to this is not like an at you in a bad way, it's just reality. I told my nieces about the time that I promposaled my high school boyfriend by okay, Olivia, I don't think I've ever told you. His favorite movie was or is, I don't know if it still is, but it was back then. I didn't want it to sound like he was dead, okay? Leave me alone. Um, he's not dead, he just got married, congratulations.
Oh,
Um,
congratulations.
his favorite movie was, Back to the Future, and so me being the, cringy girl that I was and am, I decided that the best proposal him was to show up on his front lawn, someone played guitar behind me, and I sang the entirety of the song Power of Love.
The whole song.
Oh, yeah. The power of love. Okay, I'm not gonna do it for you right now, live, but
Add it
when
to
I
the
tell you
playlist.
oh, fuck. Okay, but when I tell you that I was telling my 14-year-old at the time niece about this, and she was like, "You did what?" And then I told my 13-year-old now niece about it, different niece, and when I tell you that their faces were, like, horrified at the thought, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, let me find" I found a picture, like, way I had to dig deep, but I found a picture of it, and they were horrified at the thought, and the thing is, like, me now, I'm a little horrified at the thought, but also, I have mad respect for myself because, like, I feel like one of my strengths as a person is the fact that I will put myself out there, uncomfortably so, in lots of different scenarios, and I'm really glad that I haven't lost that totally as an adult because I think that there is so much propensity for losing that, and, like, I get such cool shit and such cool experiences in life because I literally just, like, don't have any chill and perhaps in some people's eyes am cringe, but, like, I don't give a fuck if some rando thinks I'm cringe, like, I'll be over here with free whatever, you know what I mean? Not that I do shit just for the free shit, but I mean, sometimes I do, but
If you wanna sponsor us, any company, please
oh
reach
my
out.
god, unless you're weird or, like
Hashtag Free Palestine.
yeah, 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 and, you know, lots of other things. We're happy about Mandani, let's just say that. Um, and we're gay, so, you know, we've
Yeah,
said that so many
there's a
times.
lot against us.
There's no way they're coming for us. They're not Turning Point USA is not trying to sponsor us anytime soon. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Um, but, you know, like, there's just this fear of, like, being looked at in that way, of, like, being too much. Maybe, Olivia, maybe as women, it just comes back down to just a pervasive fear of being too much, too loud, taking up too much space,
To
and
anything.
to anything. And, like,
Mhm.
here we are. Perhaps, you know, the common thread of everything that we talk about on the pod. I say that like we've been having this for like 5 years. I'm like, yeah, in our 164 episodes. But I think the through thread is really just like Olivia and I are here to give you permission. Not that you need it from us, in case you wanted to know, but in case you want it from us or someone else, like giving you permission to just like take up all the space in life that you want and to want the things that you want and to do the things
Unabashedly.
yeah, yeah, without God, without the backpack of shame and, like, deprecation or judgment from wanting certain things or, like, looking cringy or being too insert, like, life is so short, and we really think that you deserve to, like, live it I sound like a douchebag in a commercial, but, like, really, like, live it to the max in terms of what you want. and leaving the shit that you don't.
And yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the reverse of that, where, because we're focusing on what do you want, what do you like, what excites you, what is motivating, what do you want to explore? It goes the other way too. Not feeling bad about the stuff that you don't give a fuck about. And not doing it in a way that's douchey, because I've dated many a man who have said, "Oh, I don't like that. I don't care," and are just very holier than thou about how much they
Yes.
say they don't care. We're not talking about that. We're talking about giving yourself grace and forgiving yourself for not caring about every freaking thing. If you don't want to go buy a Labubu, don't go buy a Labubu. If you don't like listening to whatever pop is popping on the radio, then you don't have to. It goes both ways where you
Yeah.
can be excited about all the things that you like to do and be, and you are not obligated. That's what it's about. It's about obligation. You're not
Mm.
obligated to find things interesting all of the time.
Even if the people around you find them, I think there's a way of being an engaged person without, like, you know what? My partner is a great example of this. Dom is not a big reader, and I, if you're here from my Instagram, just kidding, but I love to read. And Dom doesn't, like his thing was comic books growing up. And yes, I do think graphic novels are books. Like, we're not gonna do
Graphic
that whole
novels are real, audiobooks are real.
audiobooks are
That's our
real,
stance.
yada 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 yada. Bleh. But the point is, like, I know that he will read maybe 1% of the books that I will read across our lifetime, and probably only the ones that I'm like, this is really important to me, or like he finds really fascinating for some reason, or whatever. He reads short form. He reads a lot, just not books. He reads in other formats. He loves to watch videos. He loves a documentary. And I think that there's so much moral superiority and like high horse things about just like books in general. But my point in this is that Dom might not, but Dom is always interested when I'm like, oh my God, I have to tell you what is happening right now in my book. And like sometimes I'll just yeet this thing and I'll be like, oh, you would really like this. I know that there is a very small chance he'll ever read it, but he just likes listening to it. And then he'll be like, oh, that's super interesting. Like, I just read a sci-fi crime thriller last month, and I was telling him about the plot, and he was like, "Wow, that's really interesting." And sometimes it turns into, like Discovery Witches, we'll bond really well over the show, and then I'll get to tell him like, "Oh, in the book they did this, and they did this." There's a whole book about Marcus. We're not getting into that, but I'm just letting you know. An entire book. Okay. Um, and so we get to do those sort of things. And it's not in a way where I feel like I'm boring him or whatever. He's engaged and he's there with me, even though it's not something that he personally shares. Likewise, your girl's never read a comic book and probably won't, unless they relate to if my daughter's really into comics, I will read comics with her. I'll say that. Um, but there's a way to like join someone in something and let them have their joy and tell you their excitability and like let them be excited without totally disconnecting, unplugging. Like, there's a way to be present and engage, but you don't have to fake something that you don't feel. You know
I
what I
also
mean?
have a partner story related to
Ooh,
this. This is so timely. We are
we always are.
we always are. We're always finger on the pulse of
Do
the
do do.
culture. Ooh,
What's
like
going
we're
on with the youths?
the
Just kidding. I
youths.
don't think we count with the as the youths any. I think
Oh my
we're
god. I had a student tell me I was 83 today.
wait, did I tell you about the time an 11-year-old looked at me and said, "Were you born in the 1800s?" And I was like,
18
excuse you. One time I was babysitting these kids and I was telling them how Netflix started as like a subscription service for
DVDs.
movies.
Yeah,
And I
my
was explaining,
grandparents
like,
still have DVDs.
you would get one movie at a time, and they were like, "What do you mean?" And so I was explaining that, and then I finished this whole discussion, and I'm like, "Wow, we learned so much," and I got to have that whole, like, "Wow, the youth these days." Do you know what they said to me? They
What?
said, "Camilla, what was it like when electricity was invented?" And I said, "Go ask your mother." No, I'm just kidding. I said, I said, "I don't know. Do you think I know?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, I don't know if you just think I'm so smart. Just look beautiful for like 300 years
104.
old."
Oh my god.
Anyways, kids will roast the ever living hell out of you.
They totally
Continue.
yeah, so I had one kid tell me I was 83, and then another kid tell me he looked at me and he was like, "Miss Olivia, you look tired." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm tired." We have this kind of, like, rolling gag in my class that if you're over
Yeah.
25, you're allowed to be tired.
Okay.
So I
Love.
was like, "Yeah, of course I'm tired. I'm over 25. I'm always tired." And he was like, "You're way over 25."
Okay, I can't give the context, but let's just say at work there was a discussion about someone calling someone elderly, and the birth year of the person we called elderly was 1981.
No, no.
And I was like, "I'm sorry?"
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
yeah, anyway, okay, so elder abuse aside.
yeah, we keep it poppin'. The kids don't even say poppin' anymore, let's be so real. Okay,
Oh, no,
continue.
I feel old when I say poppin'. Um,
It's poppin'.
Lil Mama lip
Good.
gloss, that's gonna
It's
go on the plate.
poppin'.
It's poppin'. It what you know about me?
Don't you want.
Um, that's going
Ugh,
on
that
the
song is
playlist.
such a banger. Have you
Lip
ever seen the
gloss.
memes that are like, "If only I could just be in a club listening to, like, Tiesto for the first time in the year 2014?" And I was like, "Honestly, yeah,
Simpler times.
simpler times."
Oh my god. But back to hobbies. LOL.
Right.
So, my partner, Bella, she loves Princess Mononoke. It is her favorite movie of all time.
Okay. Olivia, you have to tell our listeners what the hell that is.
Okay, y'all, if you don't know Princess Mononoke, it's one of the Studio Ghibli films.
Uh,
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like Wolf Princess of the Forest, but also Imperial Japan and lepers and capitalism.
why did I think you were gonna say leopards? And I was like,
No,
the way
lepers.
you said, I was like, Olivia, I don't associate Imperial Japan with the leopards, but maybe I just not a history buff enough. I was like, okay, tell me about these leopards.
No, lepers and ex-prostitutes smithing iron for Imperial Japan.
Okay, I'm looking at the. Oh wow, yeah.
It's eco crit. There's a lot going on in this movie.
This seems really deep. This seems like something that people
It
gather around the
is.
dinner table and they're like, when I think about the Oscar nomination of the 1997 film Princess Mononoke, I really consider what was more of a commentary on society, the animation style or the scene with her blood. And then you're sitting there like, am I on drugs?
That's exactly what it felt like to watch this movie for the first time. I watched it because it came out the year I was born. It came out 1997, and I had not seen it
Oh my
until
god.
last year. I know, I'm
Why
aging
did I
myself.
think you were gonna be like, and I saw it in 1998, and I was like, yeah, no wonder you were feeling like that because you were freaking.
Un bebé. No, no, because it freaked me out at 27. So I watched it with my neighbor last year, and we
Okay, so you
watched
didn't
it.
watch it with the girl.
No, the first
It's your
time I
girl.
watched it was
Oh my
with my
god.
bestie, John, if you're listening, love you, homie.
This looks
Uh,
really scary.
it is! It's, like, low-key disturbing because it's about demons. Is that just the theme of this episode? It's demons. Hobbies and demons. Sorry, not sorry. So it's the animation style and then the dubbed version. So it's like all of
God.
these like really deep manly voices that are these giant boars that have like demonic worms coming out of them. And it's like
I
it's insane. But
Look,
that
I appreciate your partner so much, and I love her, and I believe she's a wonderful woman. And I think I can definitively say, without a doubt, I will not be growing the love for this film that she has.
well,
Because I'm scared just hearing about it.
here's where this all connects. So that was my thought after I watched the movie with Bestie John for the first time. I was like, intellectually, that was awesome. I want to write an essay about it because that's what I do. I watch
Oh,
movies and
God.
I want to I don't actually write the essays. We haven't gotten there yet. but
Yet.
but in retirement,
Scared.
that may be a pastime. That
Oh
may
my
be
God. How,
I may be
how,
a film
how
critic.
How cringy do you have to be like, when I am in retirement, here is my 17 bullet point plan. Like, I'm like, dog, you are not old enough to be thinking about your retirement. Continue.
But we are. Tune in
Not
a
like
couple episodes when we talk about money.
not like that.
Welcome to the podcast. If you're
You
joining this, if this is the first episode you're listening to, I'm deeply apologetic. This
right.
is
The title is just gonna say something about demons, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? Because the title of the podcast being You Can't Avoid the Mess, and then the episode being named something about demons is gonna make people think that we're like conjuring things. You know what I mean?
maybe we
Not
are.
not to shame conjurers. I don't want to alienate our listeners who
Any brujas out
conjure.
there?
You do you. We're here
Mhm.
to accept your passions, beliefs,
Your hobbies,
religious,
your
your
interests.
hobbies.
Full circle. Look at us. But anyway, I will finish this fucking story.
Okay, yes, I'm so sorry.
So so I watched this movie for the first time and it freaked me out. And I was like, okay, I'm glad I watched it because it's a cultural phenomenon. You know, you go to Japantown and there's all this merch about it and people love the Ghibli films in general. So I was like,
Sure.
okay, this is a movie that I've now seen and I can say that I've seen it. I meet Bella. It comes out. It had to have been if it wasn't our first date, it was when we were sending 10-minute long voice notes on Hinge back and forth talking about our interests. I know, how gay is that? And we still do it. She told me that Princess Mononoke was her favorite movie of all time. And I, of course, was skeptical because this movie freaked me out as a grown woman. And I was like, okay, you know, this girl's she's cool, she's smart. I trust her judgment. I'll give it another shot. We watched it again a couple weeks ago for her birthday because that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to watch the movie with me and provide commentary, which she did. And I will say that, like, you know, you and Dom, where you love a book and he may never read it or whatnot, although that movie has not become my favorite movie of all time, that will always be Lord of the Rings. I do have a new appreciation for the film, and I am much more willing to watch it again in broad daylight.
Not the broad daylight. We've now been joined by Rex. Who's now
Rex!
gonna be in the pod. Hi. Would you like to say hi to our listeners?
Hi, Rex! Oh,
Hey. Oh my god, don't fall, dog. That's horrific. Oh my god.
banana chip to the camera.
Okay. Anyways, didn't mean to make this pod X-rated for our viewers at home. It's not. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It was a cat. It was a cat.
It was a
It's a
cat
cat.
butt. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, no, I agree. I think that I feel the same way when Dom says to me, like, babe, this movie is a classic. And I'm like horrified because like when he says classic, he means some like some crazy ass shit, dog. Like some like Jay and Silent Bob type shit where he's like, so
Oh.
skater culture, da da da. And have you ever thought about like he loves Adam Sandler, like the old Adam Sandler movies. And
Billy
so he's like,
Madison, all that.
yeah, like the one with
Mhm.
the demon. Why are we can't escape them? In the show notes, we put the one where they can't escape the demons. I'm sorry. You ever think about how funny you are? Okay.
Oh.
Um. Yeah, and so I think that I agree. It's like one of those things where it's like, but I think to my greater point, it's not just, oh, you can have different interests in people that you really love or that you come into contact with, whatever. It's you can be honest about your level of engaged disinterest. That's what
Mm.
I've decided to
Mhm.
call it. And
Yeah.
you can both meet each other there. You don't have to feel like shitty for taking up space and sharing the thing that you love and wholeheartedly could talk about for days and that person's like not that into. But you also don't have to feel like, oh, like I have to join this person to that level when they talk about their thing. Otherwise they can't join me in mine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's
you
not
can
totally equal
no,
give and
you could
take like
just
that.
interact about it and you could talk about it without having to like be the world's, foremost critic on Princess Mononoke. A
It is a
film
good movie.
I will not guarantee I'll ever watch. Watch me
And
bring it
you
up to
don't
Dom
have
and
to.
he's like, "Babe, yeah, it's a classic, it's a cultural phenomenon." I'm gonna be like,
And then you have to and
and
then
then I
it's
have
movie night with
to.
all 4 of us, and then Bella's
You know
gonna
what?
pause it every 5 minutes for commentary, and I love her so much.
I will do that. Why don't we do we should do that, but we each present do you have a movie? Okay.
And make a PowerPoint about it.
Yes!
Yes! In which this episode is about us sharing our mutual interests.
But you know what? That really just speaks to our A, openness, B, engaged disinterest with the other things of people, and like C, willingness to like make something fun even if the thing itself is not the thing that's so fun. And I think
Mhm.
that that's kind of like where I want to end our episode, which is like just it's not that deep. We
It's
can take
not that
ourselves less
deep.
serious. We can experiment with some shit. I'm going line dance. I didn't end up going line dancing the other day, like I told you I was going to,
Oh,
because it
I
was
was so
raining.
excited to hear about it.
I know. It was raining and it was a whole thing. But I'm going next week. So, um, I have never line danced. In case anyone's wondering, wow, Camilla, you didn't give me that vibe. I know. I understand. Uh, I don't give myself that vibe, but I found it mildly interesting, and then I was like, okay, I have to do it. And you know what? I might love it. I might hate it. Kind of like the time I tried spin class, and I was like, not for me. I might, or I might just be like, yeah, that was okay, but also, who cares?
Well, this goes
I don't
back
know.
to our gym conversation too, which
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
again do a part 2. Like you just like what you like. You're allowed to try things. Yeah, okay, here it is. You're allowed to try things and suck at them, but still enjoy them.
yes,
I can't play piano. I learn the notes for the songs I need to play, but I don't know shit about chords, music theory, blah blah blah. I can barely read bass clef, but you bet your ass, if there's a romantic little song I want to play on piano for my girl, I'm going to learn how to play it.
okay. Well, now I feel personally upset that. Well, I was gonna say that you haven't played me a song. That's not what I meant. I meant more like, where's
We
my
haven't even
musical number?
we're going to have to do like 3 gay episodes. What
Oh God, help. Anyways, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're allowed to just do something. You don't have to be good at the things that you like doing. You can just like them.
groundbreaking.
Okay, I don't know where that musical number came out. It was
Like
it
that.
was
You can just sing. I sing to my kids all the
you can
time.
just suck at singing like you know what? You know what? It was a haunting melody.
It's still spooky season. November, it counts. Vibes.
Oh my god, I love us. Okay, with that,
Songs of the
Olivia,
week.
what are you listening to this
Let's
week?
roll it out. Well, I gotta tell you, your DJ, your resident DJ, the OG, is back again for the homecoming dance tomorrow night. So, yeah, I've been DJing at school.
What?
I don't have any equipment. It's literally just like a Spotify playlist.
It's Olivia. I was gonna say it's Olivia in a Spotify playlist, like lowering the volume and then bring the volume back up. Like this one goes out to the do ha ha ha. She's like,
And I'm like singing along and I'm hyping the crowd. That is me. How did you don't even have to see it to know what I'm like. That is 100% what goes down at these middle school dances.
sure.
So, I'll just give you some hot hot off the presses what's on my playlist for the fall 2025 homecoming dance. We've got Man I Need, Olivia Dean.
Oh yes! Oh my god, I was just thinking about that song. I love that song so much.
Super big right now, and then I had to put a little Hot to Go in there for the girlies.
Oh my god,
And
I'm so sorry, but I have to interrupt your thing with I have to tell you the funniest fucking thread I saw last night,
oh
which
no.
was my daughter is obsessed with Pink and ponies. And to whoever introduced her to Pink Pony Club, I hate you. And people were like, and she was like, I'm not worried about the thematics. She literally is 7. She thinks it's about people who go to a club about ponies, okay? It's just I have heard this song 100 times today.
Our Lord and Savior Chapel Roan, please forgive us.
That's fucking thing I saw this week. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. So those are my takes. And then of course a little K-pop Demon Hunters because we're never gonna escape
Oh my
that.
god. Same. I just watched it for the first time last week or last weekend. I don't know. Yeah. What day it was. Um so I have also been listening to some K-pop Demon Hunters this week because
Mhm.
I decided I gave my I gave Shelby a rundown of my thoughts about it from the movie and like the visual with the songs.
Mhm.
And now I'm going through the album as a standalone auditory experience so that I can decide what I like just musically.
A standalone auditory experience.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I won't. That's the point of this.
So yeah, that's honestly probably the one I've listened to the most this week because I was showing my daughter the album. And so
What are your top 3? Because this could
okay,
be
so
very
like
controversial.
okay, I know. Okay, so here's the thing. From a visual standpoint, I love the duet. I don't know, there's just something
Oh,
about
Free. Oh, I love that. Me too. I love the visuals more than the song.
there's just something about the sky and the way that I don't know. It's just it hits for me. But from like a pure auditory standpoint, I honestly think that it's basic, but I don't care because I'm gonna own my shit. I think Golden is my favorite song. Like from a song standpoint.
You know it slaps when my K-pop loving mother asks me if I've heard it.
I have so many questions with that sentence. I'm gonna ask absolutely none of them because we will be here for 1800 years. So I've been listening to Golden, and I'm still on my little kick that I told you about with the I've honestly just been I've been shuffling my Spotify liked all time, which is just kind of popping up like things I like in
Mm.
different little like vibes. So I am in a little bit of like a like I'm back in my like Benson Boone era
Okay.
a little bit.
All right. I would appreciate
And
some recommendations that are not that one song.
yeah, and then I don't know, like I scroll through my Spotify liked and I'm just like, God, yeah, some of these songs are such a hit. Like Toxic by YG. God, that song slaps so hard. Like it just yeah. Anyways, we'll put it on the list.
Mhm.
Enjoy. And with that, we leave you. Good night, farewell. Unless you're listening to this in the morning on your way to work, in which case, have a good work day. Love you so much.
If you're
Um,
listening on your lunch break, hope you're having something delicious.
yeah,
If
if
you're on your
not, don't tell us
commute,
about
don't
it.
hit anybody. Laughing so hard because we're hilarious.
Yeah, keep your eyes open, laugh, don't blink. Um,
We have
pure
descended
and
into
utter
chaos. The demons
chaos.
have come for us.
Oh no! The demons have come once more. Okay, we will leave you now. We'll see you next time. Please subscribe, follow, all that jazz. Please leave us a review if you liked it or if you hated it, and we will see you next time.
Add our playlist to your Spotify library.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Add that too. And with that, bye.
Bye-bye.